Hi guys, welcome back to Darish channel, and this is the new test review of the very cool, very gorgeous mini gamepad, Retroflag Gamepad, inspired by, suffer the frame, inspired by the Mega Drive controller, Genesis controller. Look at this beauty. Okay, I already tested the 8BDO controller. Let's compare the two models to different producers. This is the 8BDO Bluetooth controller, inspired even that one to the Genesis Mega Drive controller. Let's see, but this controller is wireless when the Retroflag is wired. Let's compare the dimension. It's a little smaller, but let's back to our guy. And this is the Retroflag. I'm impressed by this controller because this controller is way cheaper than the 8BDO, but the build is not premium, but is not cheap neither. Let's see. The feedback of the button is nice, and the D-pad is very satisfying. It's a little rubber work on the surface is similar to, yes, the 8BDO D-pad is more similar to the Saturn D-pad. The Retroflag D-pad is very similar to the Genesis D-pad. It's more close to Genesis Mega Drive D-pad, but there's some difference. You have one button, an additional bonus button, because you have the select button, and you have two new shoulder buttons. So you have 10 buttons which you can program on your emulator, your computer, when you want to use this controller. In my case, I use this with the Raspberry Pi on front ends, like the Recalbox, RetroPie or Batocera. The controller is recognized correctly in case of Batocera, setting the X input. To set the X input is set by default on the controller, or you can set the D input, and you have to hold the Y button before plug the USB cable to the PI in that case. But I'm not sure why, but I found the controller working better on X input, and the controller is recognized as a Xbox 360 controller, but it's not important. This important is the controller works. The cable is is longer, so there's no problem, and longer cable. And I repeat, I'm surprised by the build of this controller, because it's not cheap at all for the price. The asking price is built very well, and the Genesis Mega Drive folks fan will appreciate this reproduction. I don't have sorry, an original Mega Drive controller to show you, but it's a almost perfect replica, and the fact that which interests us is the build quality. The build quality is good. and you will love this D-pad, I can assure you. The only thing is the shoulder buttons, this feedback is good, but the position of the shoulder button is not optimal. You can press by mistake these buttons, but you still cannot set the shoulder buttons on your games. It's not that important. You have 6 frontal buttons, so you have a lot of choices for the emulators Genesis games. So if you want a more expensive controller, wireless controller, I suggest to go for the, it's not so many difference, but this controller, this price controller is twice the price almost, so you have to consider that. And the Retroflag, this controller of Retroflag is made for I only got the controller, but there's also a case for the PI, which is very similar, to not see the same replica of the Genesis Mega Drive case, micro case. And if you are, I repeat, if you are a lover, a Mega Drive lover, Genesis lover, you can, you should combine this controller with the PI, the Retroflag SEGA PI case for the Raspberry. So the final task is this controller is very good. I'm impressed. I suggest to use the X input with the Raspberry. I don't know with other platform like Android, Windows. I have tested this only on Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, but I'm very impressed. I love this little controller. So I suggest if you are a lover of Genesis type controller and the D-pad controller, because this controller doesn't have the thumbsticks, remember that, I suggested this controller because it's very good. All being said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we catch up on the next one. Bye bye.